Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope this video can make it a little bit better. Want to give you my first impressions and rundown of the patch overall. Spent a good amount of time playing it, tested out Pyke, got up Jayce to level 25, cleared all of the new weekly nightmares, and I just want to give some feedback on the patch overall. So sit back, relax. If you enjoy the video, a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated. And let's get into it. So let's first start off with the Emporium. The Emporium has been massively overhauled. They gave us like one, maybe two lines in the patch notes that like, oh, the Emporium will be slightly reconfigured to better fulfill like Path of Champions or PvE. They've added so much more things in here. So first, let's start off at the bottom. You can now use your green shards, dust, whatever it's called. This is the currency you get for having duplicate cards. So your weekly vault, that doesn't really matter for us normally, gives you a bunch of cards for the kind of PvP side of the game. And then any duplicates get converted into this green dust. And now we actually have a point for it. So all the grinding we're doing, the huge vaults we get, they'll now actually help us out. So for me, I have Stardust that you can just flat out buy, as well as a Bronze Vault. I know other people have said they've gotten Gold Vaults. So a lot of different vaults that we're able to get here. Also, these rotate fairly frequently. So if you're like me, you've been playing the game for a very long time, you just have a ton of this green dust or green shards, whatever they're called. Now we actually have a use for them. So that is fantastic. A lot of different things you're able to get here. You still have kind of the staples that have always been here. So like the Forge, be able to upgrade to rare relics, the minor gemstones. You still have your golden reliquaries, relics, but then you also have more stuff you can buy with the premium currency. So if you want to just flat out buy some shards for different regions, star vessels, or just buy a ton of gemstones, a lot of different things you can get. I will note, be careful buying any of these. A lot of these are very expensive. Normally buying these as part of like a bundle or something like that will be a lot cheaper. So just note, if you are buying anything, especially for real money in the Emporium, you are paying a premium for it. So definitely think and pause before you end up spending any money here. But it is nice that if you want to support the game, there's more ways that you can support the game through the premium currency. But there's also more things that we can just get with Stardust. We actually have stuff to also get for the green dust or green shards. So this is really nice. More ways for the game to get monetized. But then for people that are free-to-play players, there's more stuff you can also get without having to spend any money. So this is great addition to the game overall. Next up, let's talk about Jayce. So I did get him to level 25. Haven't played him that much, but so far, I am very impressed. The constellation, the layout of it is fantastic. The fact that all of your star powers are out on the outside here means you can just kind of progress along as far as you want and then make a decision on what star power you actually want to get. So you're not like bottlenecked and you have to have the star power. So if you want to skip any star powers, like for Jayce, probably a good idea to skip like the 4th star, maybe just get the 5th and 6th. Or you can jump straight to the 6 if you want. Pretty nice that you have the option to really just get exactly what you want and you don't have to get bottlenecked by the star powers. This is a great layout for the constellation. And then the actual design for Jayce is very good. I thought he was going to be incredibly slow since you have to play these 6-cost spells, but they actually have some really good ways to ramp you up pretty early. So for one, the Forge Chief, the fact that you have this with Shadow Totem, so you can play this round 1, attack with both of them, get 2 strikes off, and then you have your 2 spell mana, and this only costs 1. So really, you can play this, have it attack or defend, and then you can end up with 3 spell mana banked. Next round, you hit 3 mana, so turn 2, you can immediately play a 6-cost spell. Same thing right here with this Temple Caretaker. You can play this turn 2, updraft to refill your spell mana, so you end turn 1 with full spell mana. Next round, you're at 3 mana, 3 spell mana banked. So again, round 2, you can play a 6-cost spell. So really, the design and layout for what they've done with Jayce is actually really good. I'm very impressed so far. I still think he's not necessarily going to be like as strong as some of the other 6-star champions, but but he has a very different play style, a lot of fun, and if you like more methodical champions that take more planning, I think you're probably gonna love Jayce. So very impressed with him so far. Still need to put a lot more time into him, but first impressions, I think he's a great addition to the game. I did play a bit of Pyke, not too much. You see, I was able to unlock him at 5 stars, but haven't actually played with him at that level. Pyke is an interesting one. I do think it's a little bit of an issue where a lot of the ways you're able to give lurk is after your 3-star. So you have your 3-star up here, and then branching out, okay, support champions have Mariner's Ruse. This is where you can get your 4-star, and then followers you acquire can get this Mariner's Ruse. So you have ways to give a lot of the units you pick up lurk, but all of that is after your 3-star. So Pyke at 3-star now feels less consistent than Pyke at 3-star before the patch as far as being able to get your lurk off. So that is a little bit rough. Obviously, the more you invest into Pyke, the better and more consistent he's going to feel. But a little bit sad that as far as consistency, 3-star Pyke is going to be worse. That being said, though, 3-star Pyke, when you're able to get your lurk off, massive scaling you're able to get. I think Pyke is going to be an absolute monster later on. Also, the design of the constellation, I think it looks beautiful, but that's just obviously very subjective, but I think it looks really cool. Great job there. I did try the Pyke Epic Relic. Haven't tried the Jayce one yet, but I think it is pretty fun and does open up some different build opportunities. Like, I think I'm going to try a Echoing Spirit build here just to get as many copies of Pyke as I can, so I'm more likely to have him be lurking on the top to get more of these deaths from below. These can really change the game. Like, one round you get it where it has like 3 cost reductions, so you can play it like round 1 for 2 mana. Crazy. Or you have one where it also has the rally item on, and so you play it, you summon Pyke, strike in a unit, and then it also rallies you. Pretty fun addition to the game overall. While I think Pyke is going to be fun, I think there's going to be many people that don't have the wild fragments or the ability to try to invest more into Pyke, and if they just leave him at 3 stars, he's probably going to feel weaker overall to his old 3-star value, so that's a little sad, but kind of understandable. Now, the weekly nightmares, these are the fun new additions to the game. I cleared all 3 of them so far. The first one I was actually able to clear with a 3-star champion, and then the last 2 I just wanted to clear them fairly quickly, so I went with my 6-star Viego. They are pretty fun. I like that most of the difficulty is coming from the modifiers that you can see right away, so you know every single encounter is going to have whatever these modifiers are, so you can plan around that for the very start. These are pretty tough, but definitely doable. Most people have at least some kind of overpowered champion, whether that is like a leveled up ASOL that they're able to get, or maybe they've been able to get 1, 5, or 6-star champion. And that's the thing with these. You can clear them with anyone you want. It's not like you have to clear these with a specific region. So if you have like a 4-star Aurelian Soul and you just want to use him for every single one of these, that is perfectly fine. Also, the rewards you get from these are pretty good. So the first one, the 4.5, gives you a gold vault. So nice way to get some guaranteed champion fragments that you actually need because they are dupe protected. The 5.5-star one is able to give you a silver star vessel. So that gives you the materials to be able to unlock your 4 and 5 stars. So that's pretty nice. And then the last one is able to give you gemstone vessels to try to get those gemstone upgrades, which a lot of people don't really care about the gemstone upgrades because you don't get them very quickly. And so if you're someone that you're like, I don't want to deal with the 6.5, it's not like it's the best reward there. So even if you can't clear it, not that big of a deal, which is nice. And that is the mentality Riot goes with. They know with some of these, they don't necessarily want to lock the hardest, the best rewards behind the hardest content, just because they don't want people to feel forced into playing that content if they don't like it, which I know some people are going to really disagree with, but that is the mentality Riot is going with. Also, with this patch, they had 2 different missions. One was a quest chain to unlock these adventures. So first you had to clear the 3-star weekly. Once you did that, you then had to clear each one of these in succession in order to unlock them all. Some pretty good rewards in there, specifically the last reward. If you're able to clear the 6.5, the quest, not the adventure, but the quest actually gave you a Nova Crystal. So if you want to get someone to their 6-star, that's the Nova Crystal. It just gives you the entire thing in order to get someone to 6 stars, which is pretty nice. adding more ways for people to actually just earn this in game. Overall, I think the weekly adventures are pretty fun and great way to get more repeatable content, repeatable rewards, and I think it's another great addition to the game. Now, there is also another quest chain that I haven't completed yet. The first one, though, 40 champion fragments. I was told this was for Pyke. I bet there's also going to be fragments in here for Jayce, but pretty nice that they gave us 2 quest chains with a good amount of rewards to, again, further incentivize us just to play the game and earn these, and not some rewards we actually had to spend any money for. So that is pretty nice. Overall, very happy with the patch so far. Now, there has been some bugs that have popped up. Like, I know the Swain adventure is kind of bugged where everything is getting more health than it should, or starting mana. But overall, I think Riot did a great job and another great patch for Path of Champions players. This was just my first impressions, though. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think of the patch. And if you're enjoying all the daily Path of Champions content, a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated. All right, that's it from me. I hope you have a great day.